Well, hey there. So, as you probably already know, it's very important to hang out with people that are smarter than you and better than you and more successful than you, because then that way, hopefully, you get smarter and better. Now, in my case, this is very simple because I'm not very smart. And so almost anybody I hang out with, I'm like, oh, I can learn a lot from you. So I do know a lot of people that are a lot smarter than me, and several of those are pilots. And I was talking to one of them a while back, and he said, somebody asked him how he became a pilot, and he goes, oh, I just read like a pilot thought of the day for a couple months, and then they let me be a pilot. They looked at him like, what? And he goes, yeah, no, you got to take it seriously. Like, you got a lot of people's lives in your hands. It's a very expensive piece of machinery. Like, there's a lot of moving parts. Like, you can kill people real easy. It's important. Like, it's a lot of studying and keeping up with things. Like, I learned how to fly this airplane. First, I learned how to fly an airplane, and now I do this, and I study constantly, and I have to practice, and it doesn't just happen. You don't just go, oh, airplanes fly in the air, I think I'm good. And then I started thinking, like, you want your pilot to like really be a good pilot. You want him to care. You don't want somebody that's like, I don't know, I mean, I got D's all the way through school, but I needed the money, right? You want somebody that's like, no, I care about flying, and I care about keeping these people alive. And then I wondered, like, if we care that much about our pilots because they kind of have our lives in our hands, why do we live our lives so sloppy, right? Why do we just like willy-nilly and shoot from the hip and like, I don't know, take it or whatever, I'm not really gonna try. And then think that we're gonna be successful and be mad when we're not. Like, I deserve better than this. You're like, do you? Like, are you putting in any real effort? Are you getting like minimum effort and then you're getting minimum wage and then you're shocked by this? I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, maybe you get paid appropriately for what you do, for your skill set. But then I started thinking, you know, what about something far more important than a pilot or even our own, you know, like paychecks, if you will? What about our eternity? Why do we treat that so sloppy? Like, oh, an hour a week, I kind of show up to church and I try not to fall asleep too much, or at least not get seen. I look at my phone quite a bit. I'm not really focused. I just, if they stand, I stand. If they sit, I sit. But I'm hoping to go to heaven one day. And you're like, well, maybe we need to take this a little bit more seriously. Have you considered opening up the Bible and reading it for yourself? Let's just say that you can't afford a Bible. Almost anywhere that sells Bibles will probably give you one if you're destitute, because of the nature of Bibles, right? Like, people that are in that arena are like, you can't afford this, I will give it to you. But let's just say that you can't do that. No worries, you have a phone because you're watching this video. There are apps on your phone. There are websites that have it all for free. Here's what you're gonna find if you read the Bible. You're gonna go, oh, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Do you know why? It's because it's the living word of God. So when we go, God, why don't you ever talk to me? He's like, why don't you ever listen? I gave you a book. It's got all the answers to life. And if you're not reading that book, then you are missing out. And when life comes, you're like, why is this so difficult for me? He's like, did you look at what I wrote for you? Like, no, I'd rather have some videos. So he sends me and other people like me to make some videos to point you to the book that has the answers. Open it up for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take other people's words for it. There's a lot of deceitful people out there. A lot of people that have ulterior motives. Look it up for yourself. Apply it to your life. Take it seriously. Like, this is the most serious thing that you'll ever do in your entire life. This matters more than anything. You want to pass this test. You don't want to just be like, oh, I don't know, I hope for the best. I'm not that bad of a person. I never killed anybody. Yikes. This is your soul. Take it seriously. Love you guys.